trying to say, how can you use the scriptures? Show me in the scriptures where it say you can use the curses as a sign to prove you're Israelites. So we're going to talk about our condition and all that. Isaiah chapter 5. All right, Shalom. We're going to give all praises to Let's say double honors to our apostles and elders who are a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. So we're just going to, touch again on the question that we had to answer that Vocab the Snake had asked the Israelites. I believe the name of their channel is Wake Up Israel. So when Vocab was in London, he was basically looking for Israelites, you could say, to harass once more, because again, he's upset, Haman is upset that we call ourselves Israelites and that we're special. You got to understand that, in fact, you might give me that in, I think it's what you got to understand is that the powers that be have an issue with what we're teaching. And what we're teaching is that we are the Israelites, and we're teaching the truth. Now, just like that guy quote, I believe his name was George Orwell, he said in a time of where universal deceit is accepted, telling the truth is an act of war, which is true. Coming out here and telling the truth, it is basically, you can say, like an act of war. But you got it's like an act of war. But you got to understand what's at stake here. You got people who got establishments built upon lies. People's degrees, credentials based upon lies, right? Institutions and buildings that make thousands of millions based upon lies, right? And when you study how this system operates, everything, for it to continue how it has been, they have to just continue to lie, steal, and things just have to continue as they are. Basically, things just have to continue to spiral down. Okay? At the end of the day, you have to have poor health. Nobody is allowed to be free. So you got individuals like Vocab Malone, who's an advocator for this society. Like Elder Yashua likes to say, he's just an advocator for white supremacy. That's all it is. His goal is to maintain so-called white supremacy, which just means Christianity, right? So-called white God, so-called Jesus, and that just leave it at that, right? But now you got the poor, the Israelites, who we had our heritage robbed and stolen from us, coming out and proclaiming the truth of the matter. That we are God's chosen people that went through these things, and we got the Bible to prove it. Right. One of the obvious facts we have to prove it are the curses that the Lord said he was going to bring upon our people. What Vocab doesn't like is he asked them guys, which the elders kind of already talked about them brothers, they just weren't really prepared like they should have been in the spirit. Okay, it's nothing personal. But if you've been watching enough GMS, then you should know that we do plenty of videos on Vocab. And we tell you what to look for in these type of arguments that Christians talk about, so you be prepared. One of the things was he said, show me in the Bible where you can use the scripture curses as an identifier that you're an Israelite. And they kind of got a little, they didn't really know where to go to and really break that down easy. Well, that's easy, okay? First I want to take you up to the
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12, and it reads, For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, spiritual wickedness in high places. Because the things we're speaking, we even had Israelites that come by and say, like, you actually going to say that stuff out in the open like that in America? Like, yes, we are. We actually had one knucklehead, Jake, and said that, well, technically it's illegal for you guys to call yourselves Jews because somebody else already called them that. So he was trying to use the law to stop us, right? So you got to understand, when you come out and speak against this truth and proclaim the truth of the matter, like claiming that we are the biblical Jews, do you know what that means? If that was actually accepted worldwide, guess what happened to the 1948ers? Guess what happened? You a damn liar. And we ain't helping y'all no more, right? That's what happened worldwide, right?
How it started to with all these artifacts and relics being released about who the real people and images are. Like they on the hot seat, man.
Yeah, it's their time. They on trial now, man. Okay. Go ahead. Third last verse.
This is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 1. Now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it, and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with the choicest vines, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, it brought it forth wild grapes. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard.
Right, because he's going to go ahead and break it down, but this vineyard is talking about the Israelites, right? And when he said he dressed it, he put a tower in it, which represents him, right? His name, that protection. And he planted holy, right, noble seeds, but what brought forth, he said, wild grapes, right? Meaning what? Strange, foreign degeneracy. See, Yahweh was calling our people Gentiles a long time ago. He called them by way of strangers, degenerate, wild grapes, foreigners, right? Strange. He even represents as heathens at one point. So you get all mixed up because you see the word where he eventually acknowledges people as heathen or Gentile, and you thinking, oh, that means me. Like that's what they'll think. No, that doesn't mean you. Okay? First of all, they don't even believe in nothing. Period. They don't have a spiritual nothing. They don't have a spiritual bone in their body. Moab is talking about. They don't believe in this. Okay? All they believe is schoolwork. Yeah. But yeah, the Israelites, we are the Lord's chosen people. And he said, because this vineyard, they basically betrayed me and didn't bring forth that which I wanted, I'm going to tell you what I'm about to do. We're going to talk about the curses and how it's evident. And we got the scriptures, many scriptures to back up that, yes, the curses are a clear indicator of who the Israelites are today, right?
Continuing in verse 5, in Isaiah chapter 5, I will take away the heads thereof, and it will be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down, and I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold, oppression, for righteousness, but behold, a cry.
Right, so that's what he's looking for, because he gave us a law, statutes, and commandments, how to conduct ourselves, right? But what happens? You look for judgment. What does it say?
It said,
Shalom, brother. You have about some
and look for judgment, but behold oppression. For righteousness, but behold a cry.
Right. So we didn't do what we were commanded to do. And I need the curses. Somebody in Deuteronomy.
I got you. I listen.
Okay. Definitely verse number 25.
I got you.
Because what the brother said was, Deuteronomy 28, and he mentioned 68. That's one of the more prevalent verses, talking about how we're going to go in slavery and slave ship. Esau, Edom, the devil, Ocam, can't accept that. So what does he say? Well, you got to show me where it says you can use the scriptures as a curse to identify the Israelites today. And that's easy work. That's super easy work. But you see, this is just him upset because he knows when he reads those curses, he knows that applies primarily to one people, the Israelites. Sure, you're going to have a poor Edomite here, you know what I'm saying? But we talk about as a bulk, right? Because the curses perfectly explain the condition of our people. And because even other nations ask, you're going to read that. Why is it that they somehow can't overcome these obstacles? You know, if somebody come against us, we all come together and we get nations involved in such. But for some reason, they can't, even with Godfrey.
Oh yeah,
Then he explained that to, explained it to what's that guy called named Shane? Yeah. He said
know which one's the train that'll take me to the casino that way. This one?
So,
Did I go that way?
he
This
explained
way,
what, and even when he was talking to one of these Chinese or Moabite, could have been the Jake Snow's officials, he said, you know what I realized about you guys? You guys have all this influence. Everybody wants to be like you. You got all this talent, but you can't unify. You can't come out, right? You can't amount to anything above a certain level. Why is that? So even the other nations will ask those questions, and that's in the scripture too. But yes, these are identified. This is how we know we the Israelites. You got to ask the question, well, then why, right? And the answer is in the book. Go ahead. Definitely at 45.
Right, Con. I'm going to read 20 after, if you don't mind. Okay. This is Deuteronomy 28, starting at the 45th verse. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, right? And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Right, so that means you can't escape them. And it says what? Signs and wonders.
Con.
Clear indicators that we are the Lord's chosen people. And sure, when the apostles first hit the scene, it had to be explained in great detail. But now, since the truth has spread, like a mustard seed, becomes great. Now most people already know about the Israelites. And considering how we are at the end and how it's evident that these people who say they are clearly are not the people, they are clearly the children of Satan, right? And people will start to accept more, yes, they got to be the people. And now it's just more so of how do we get included? We got to include, we can be included in the salvation too. No, you can't, right? No, you can't. But it's more, people starting to accept more who really are the children of them. Like you said, Russia bringing out the icons, which everybody already knows. They all dark skinned. There's no real resistance on that really anymore.
That's right. And if I can say, you other nations, you had your time to rule, the Israelites wasn't included in that. Okay?
Oh.
And you over there in your country now, like in Japan, they oppress our people over there too. You know, like they look at them as outsiders. You had that one sister that was over there. Her dad was, I think he was a Benjamite, and her mom was an Ammonite, and she could speak fluent Japanese. She said that she experienced racism and discrimination, and people looked at her like an outsider, really because she was jealous. But she was really jealous because she was prettier than the rest of the damn Moabites. You know, but whatever it is that we go, we always look at it as outsiders. Okay.
Yeah, they know like all these guys here. You know what I'm saying? Because and that's the proof. that's the proof that we got those curses on us, because you believe what you want to believe is that maybe if I just speak the language, maybe if I conform to the society, maybe if I just make myself become somebody, if I become a lawyer, a judge or something, a cop or something, but they won't look at me as who I am, but they'll look at my credentials and I'll be respected as one of them. And then time and time again, you still get that realization that you're still gonna get discriminated against and you're still separate from them. And you wanna know why, and the answers is in this book.
I got another scripture just, again, back to show that we are the people basically concerning our women. Because when you look at these small-handed women, they ain't got no bald heads and wearing weaves like our women, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 16. And it says, moreover, Yahweh said, because of the daughter of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks, one-time eyes, walking and menacing as they go and making tickling with their feet. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with the scab of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of the tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calves and their round tires, like the moon, the chains and the bracelet, and the mufflers and the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headband, and the tablets, and the earrings, and the rings, and the jewels, and the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crispy and pins, the glasses, the fine linen, and the hoods, and veils. And it shall come to pass, instead of sweet smell, that should be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, instead of a well-set hair, baldness, instead of a stomacher, a girded sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
Yeah, because our women, everybody knows, okay, they can't, when it comes to so-called black women in particular, they struggle to grow a full set of hair, long hair at that. So what do? They spend just about 80%, if not 90%, of whatever income they have on their hair, because that's the glory of a woman. And everybody knows that, right? So-called black women's wigs and all this other stuff, she can't grow hair, you know what I'm saying? Why them in particular? Well, go to the scriptures. And for the answer, you brought that upon yourself. You can't put that on nobody else, as much as y'all would love to. You brought that upon yourself. The Lord basically said, because you was proud, I'm going to humble you. You really were the top woman on the planet, now you're the least desired. I mean, dead last. Even the dating apps are working against you. Y'all saw that? They putting y'all at the bottom, less desired. And that's to humble you, but you see, these bitches still won't be. You can't even grow a full set of hair and you still refuse. I'm like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? And that's just...
It was a Jake that argued me up and down like that's a medical condition. I was like, so all...
Right.
Yeah, from on high. Yeah.
It's a curse.
It ain't a curse, it's a medical condition. I said, all right.
It's a curse. That's why a lot of them get dreads, because they believe that's what gives them their lift. And that's not our custom neither.
Yeah, because these dumbass hoes, hey, perfect example, these white woman got her damn hair. Her all be down her back.
And you want that. And Amalekite women, they don't got that. So they occasionally shave their hair bald, right? But they don't have that naturally. You know what I'm saying? So another example, just look at our women. Look at the state of our women. What the Lord said he's going to do with our women.
Right. And spot you. And they don't know how to take care of their hair like y'all brothers were saying. So they grow dreads. Which dreads just a lazy way of saying, yeah, I got my natural hair. Right. As a woman, you're too stupid to look up information. You got a lot of Israelite women that know how to do their hair. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women, because the Lord is lifting the curses off our women slowly but surely. A lot of y'all still bald head.
This is also Deuteronomy 28 and chapter 20. The Lord Yahweh shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thy be destroyed, and until thy perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Okay? And that goes into what the brother was saying about the comedian Godfrey. Okay? He was sitting with them Moabites or Amalekites, and they said, you know, everybody want to be like Jake, but we can't come together and we can't prosper. Okay, this is another reason. This is another scripture showing, okay, that we are the true Israelites, because I just read it. It says, in all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, okay, there should be a vexation, cursing, and rebuke, okay, meaning that it's going to get shut down. You cannot prosper, okay?
And what's the saying amongst black businesses? They need help, right?
God.
Need help. Why? Because chances are, unless you really got something going for yourself, and you selling a product that just about everybody needs, your business or whatever is only going to amount for so long, and then it might get shut down. The most success our people have is with restaurants and food and stuff like that, right? But even they struggle, right? You know, everybody knows that where a Mexican restaurant is. You know, we got the food going, but do we have a paper printing press, something like that? Do we have our own news outlet? Right? How long have we been in this country? And what's the percentage on that? We've been in the country for X amount of years, but we only own like 1 or 2% of the wealth or something.
Less than that.
Less than that?
It's point what? What was his name? Claude Edison. He said we only have like what 0.3%, something like that.
Yeah.
That's the same amount of wealth that we had coming out of slavery, and the same amount of wealth we still have today.
And that man was breaking it down back in the 60s. He was explaining step by step what we need to do to be economically sustainable in this society and basically run this joint. And he's been preaching that same message to the rooftops for a while, but it never came to pass. Why? Because you're dealing with your people. And let me tell you something else. Your people will be your own enemy just to see you fall. It crabs in the bucket or barrel mentality, right? Let's say, I'm telling you, let's say a video comes out where somebody was mistreated at Walgreens, right? It's always somebody gonna say, let's boycott Walgreens, we're gonna give them our money, we'll take it, right? And that's true. Like Claude Andrew was saying, if we keep the dollar flowing in our neighborhood, yeah, that's true, it will work. But you're not gonna get Jake to do that. And if you try to form some type of boycott against Walgreens, guess who's gonna be the first one to go and spend more than necessary there just to combat you, the black woman, just to get at you. Yeah, I'm going to Walgreens right now. Y'all want to try to form something? Now I'm about to go give them more. Hey, even Mayweather did that.
Yeah.
Back when was that Gucci?
Yeah.
That released that clothing line with the Deuce, right? T.I. and them was like, fuck that, we ain't shopping from them no more at all. Guess who went down there to be seen? Mayweather. And guess what he was like? Acting dumb. I'm about to spend a lot here. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, you can point at the camera. I'm gonna give me some Gucci.
Y'all gonna give me some Gucci. You know, just to get at y'all niggas.
Yeah, took his bald head ass.
Yeah. So that goes to show you, you know, like there's a saying, right? Is that even though we don't have the physical change on us anymore, the mental change still hurts. They ain't even got to force you guys to cool anymore. You're gonna do it yourself.
That's right.
You know?
When Israel was talking about they needed all this help, he up on the fucking balcony or something, just posting that he over there and giving money. What was it like? 500,000 or something like that?
It's a fool.
Nigga, what the fuck? You can't do the same thing.
You know, they look at nothing. You know, he asked for his money back. Hey, with my $20. Yeah, a nigga like that asks for his money back from you. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, hey, 2/3 is a big number. You know, because hey, shit, you can't trust your own people. Man. So yeah, hey, that's still the curses.
You give me Jeremiah 22 and 7.
And that's another reason why we Israelites. Because it's shit like that.
Jeremiah 16.
Jeremiah 16. Even when it comes to Jake's businesses, what happened closer to Oklahoma? The scripture said that you should, try to build it, you ain't going to prosper. So, Jake can have his own business, but your enemy, Esau, Edom, going to try to find a way to tear it down.
And he's going to have success because we weren't meant here to prosper anyway. But it's just those curses where our people naturally, okay, Like literally, Edom even knows this. If we were on equal stand and we were left alone, we would take over naturally. So he has to have a system in place to keep you down, because naturally our people would prosper. Man, we've been out this captivity if it wasn't for the curses. Okay? But because we're under those curses, we can only get so far, and to this day we still on the bottom. Still. We still don't even own or have anything to call out. You know? Still. That's it. Those are the curses. And the devil, like Vocab Malone, since he's an advocate for the society, these powers that dark, he has to try to maintain this system. Because there's a little word out there as well. If the system sees you trying to overthrow it, it's going to react in some way. Kind of like the Matrix, you know, like Morpheus said, they will do whatever it takes to maintain this damn thing. So they ain't your friends, okay? Because if you try to threaten their peace mentally, they will naturally come against you to maintain this. And that's basically where, so yeah, Vocab is basically like an Agent Smith. His job is to make sure everybody stays asleep. That's it. Any rebels, we got to sift them out. And that's a good comparison, Vocab. And he wants to be like Jank so bad, but you can't. And you want to be Neo, but you can't. Okay, you're still a damn program. Okay, you are not the seed of the chosen. You are a healer.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 26, and reads, Put me in remembrance. Let us plead together, declare thou, that thou mayest be justified. Thy first father have sinned, and thy teachers have transgressed against me. Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary, and have given Jacob to the curse, and Israel to reproaches.
Right, so thy first father has sinned, therefore I've given Jacob to the curse. What's the curse? Everything opposite of a blessing, curse. Our people be working so hard their whole life just to be able to be treated, you can say, like a human being on this side, and still get cursed. And that's what leads them to fucking lose their mind. Because they trying to understand why. They believed in the system. The system basically told them, we don't judge off your skin, we judge off your credentials. So what does Jake do? He'll go to college, he'll join the army. He would do his time and believe, oh, okay, that's all I'm looked at, right? That's what makes me equal, right? Wrong. You still get discriminated against. You still will get denied benefits. Still, despite how much time you've been put in. Hey, the people who got the most to complain about are the VA. Okay? Most of the homeless are the VA. Okay? And they got a lot to say about this motherfucking country. And it ain't good. You know? They even talking about soon there's gonna be no Social Security. Then the question asked, how you gonna run out of Social Security when everybody's paying on it all day, right? And that's supposed to take care of your elders. See? So they get treated like crap, and that includes our people as well. We weren't meant to prosper in this damn system. Okay?
And I was going to add, I don't know, how the shot read it, but it says the man's eyes should be evil towards one another.
Another one you can read that.
And then it says the mother's eyes should be evil tender to her husband and her daughter or her children. Remember that video you sent to the chat with Polo G's mother shooting at her damn daughter? You know, that's one of the curses, man. Here it is, Polo G's a multi-millionaire. He's a millionaire who makes music and stuff like that. Here it is, the curse is still there, man.
Even in the suburbs. The curse, that's proof right there.
Yeah,
you can move out the ghetto, but you still the ghetto.
It's like, bro, they was in a big ass mansion. It was Bentleys in the front driveway. Hey, what the scripture says? Proverbs 15.
So that shows you can't take the ghetto just because you move. Don't make you a better person. You know what I'm saying? And you see why Esau would be like, I don't want to live next to these things. You know?
Proverbs 15 and 16, and it reads, Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Right, so the fear of the Lord. Polo G and his whole family, they don't got the fear of how much Yahweh. They're just regular niggas with money. You know? And where's the father at? When you watch the video, she shot at her son and she shot at her daughter. All right, and she caused her own son to get locked up. These are your children, so-called black women. Ain't you supposed to love the children? Ain't you can do everything better than a man can? How come you can't maintain your house? Right? Because it was never put in you from the beginning. You're supposed to be under the jurisdiction of a man, but you don't have one. Or at least not that we know of. A lot of you so-called black women be dealing with dipping and dabbling with most men on the side that nobody know about.
That's Job 39 and 17. Okay? He gave wisdom to a woman. Okay?
That's right. So one more verse. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith. Right, so yeah, hatred. And even her daughter was on like, which I thought this shit was stupid. She was like, after, like her and her daughter fought, her daughter, of course, when Jake get their feelings, they hop on Instagram Live and all that other shit. Telling some, on my mama, we can do it again and again. I'm like, bitch, you just fought your damn mama. Like, how you gonna put something on your mama when you just fought her? Like, what the fuck? It said that she was a narcissist and all that. All you black women are narcissists, man. That's the reason why a lot of you black women don't like your daughters. Because you basically see yourself and you hate yourself. Right. Like, she know how wicked and slick and conniving she is. So she right. God, so she portrayed it onto her daughter. Really a lot of you black women jealous of your daughters. 9 times out of 10 daughters are better than you do. But hey, that's the curse. Your children are supposed to be better than you. But that's how selfish Jake is. Jake don't want nobody to be better than him. Jake want to be the top dog. Yeah, I'm that nigga type of shit. That's the reason why we became prosperous. Because of that type of mentality. That's the curse.
Got your light on?
This is, I got two of them real good.
Light on.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 16. And it reads, cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. When we go over to Haggai 1 and 6, and it reads, ye have sown much and bring in little.
Can you read verse 5?
Haggai 1 and 5, it reads, now therefore thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. And when you think about that, you think about this society, just if you take it in a modern time, just like now, we're here on Washington. All these buildings, when you research the history of them, they was owned by the Amalekites. These were shoe factories, handbag factories. They was brown bag factories. All over this country, these people had all of these different businesses. Jake didn't have that. And just like the brother was mentioning, even when a Negro gets some money, he still don't know how to act because he's still under the curses. So tell me, vocab, since you're raising the question, prove to us and show us where these curses fit them.
That's right. He can't do it. So that's why his whole defense is just to say, well, you can't use that. Because their job is to throw doubt and cause confusion. That's how Esau Edom operates. Let's make everything ambiguous, meaning up more than one interpretation, which the brothers already exposed him. When it comes to the New Testament, he said he's agnostic about their prophecies, meaning he's indifferent. He's not going to say it is true, it's not, it's up for interpretation. The reason he don't want to deal with prophecy is because the prophecy is the edification. It's the spirit of the Lord, the spirit of Yahweh Shai. You don't want to deal with prophecy because you know if you deal with prophecy, like the brother said, you would then have to prove us. Show me where 1948, where the Lord's people will go back into the land by way of a declaration. Right. Which you break it, by the way, because in that declaration you said you won't discriminate against the Palestinians. So we know that's a full-fledged lie. So that's why he doesn't want to deal with prophecy, but we deal with prophecy. Okay, the prophecy is on us as speakers. We understand our situation. Like, you know, we can't, the most, like Claude Anderson, he even said, like I said, our dollar is so quick to leave our hood and they're stay in their hood. If we could keep it in our hood, and without all that was a good plan. It would actually work. Could have said you're dealing with Jake, under the curse. And despite the fact that it should be known that your thug rappers, trap rappers, were being used by the Amalekites to make them money, and being used to teach a horrible generation to do wicked and evil things, like your Sexy Red, Cardi B. Why is it that the women and the men will still sign up for it? Because they wicked. And they know, like, yeah, I know I'm selling y'all basically a bunch of BS, but I want to make money. So I don't care if the generation of women think that it's okay to be twerking little 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, as long as I'm getting paid. I don't care if the young men, instead of, you know, learning how to read, write, and do math, is more concerned about rocks and dreads and stuff like that, as long as I can make it. And the Amalekites just keep ignoring Jake for their talent and their gifts. You know, we're talking about it, right? Plenty of times our people tried to make a change. We're talking about Prince. Prince was one of the first ones to say, we don't need these people for these record labels. They just using them. They don't really want us to have a fair share. Next thing you know, he ends up there. Michael Jackson was another one. Sam Cooke, even Bill Cosby. He actually wanted to buy it. Was it NBC? Next thing you know, he got all these problems, right? So our people, they actually tried to put our people on the map, but because of the curses blocked them, you know, and because there's a what's the curses, but because of the other nations, they know out of all the people we don't make deals with, we ain't making deals with them. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna make deals with so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. That's why you see Esau with Moab, the whites and Chinese make all kind of deals all the time. The Elamites, they got all these kind of deals all the time. Get through school and all this, get these bread and all that. When the last time you seen a Negro and an East Indian deal go down? When have you seen the Chinese and the Mexican deal make a deal? It doesn't happen. They said, no, we're going to the Edomites. We ain't dealing with deals with you because we don't want to help you.
Right. Kind. Got 2 pieces of what I made. Now, I'm going to read something that you Edomites do fit up under. This is Genesis 27. I'm going to start at verse 34. And it says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me even also my father. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, have taken away thy blessing. And he said, in his name, is he rightly named Jacob? For he supplanted me 2 times. He took away my birthright. Now he hath taken away my blessing. Hast thou now reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him Lord, thy Lord, all his brethren have I given him for service, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, son, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, O my father. Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac and his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the whole earth, and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, when thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck. You Edomites have the fatness of the earth, and you are literally ruling by the sword, man. You know, so if you want to fit anything, you should be fitting this, man. You know, and we see that on an everyday walk, man. You Edomites go everywhere and oppress people. You know, but the moment when we want to call ourselves the real Jews, call ourselves the Israelites, that's a problem. But here it is, you can bind people and threaten people with the sword, and that's not a problem.
It's a threat to the system. For us to teach that we're Israelites is a threat to the system. To teach that the biblical Jews are the so-called Negro population is a threat to the system. Okay? Because like I said, establishments were based upon lies. People got degrees. Like, look, the moon landing, fake. Look how many books were written off that. Look how many, it's got into your curriculum. I remember, if you take physics, right? Part of your grade, part of the section is now answer the question, how fast will something fall on the earth? Now answer how fast will something on the damn moon. And it's a whole damn thing about, okay, when he went to the moon, he dropped the pin, and he saw how fast the pin dropped. I'm like, this is a bunch of bullshit. But the man, the teacher, his degree is based upon that lie. Right? It's based upon that lie. These lies that they tell, because he like, well, shit, I got a damn degree in this, so it gotta be true. But it's a damn lie. You've been hoodwinked. So somebody actually was, everybody knows you didn't go to the damn moon. But if it was actually accepted, all right, more globally, guess what would have to happen to these establishments, all these books, trash. You know what I'm saying? It has to go into the grid. It has to just be burned. If people acknowledge that the true biblical Jews are indeed so-called black people, it's over for the small hats. It's over for them. You know? Because now they got to change the application process. No more black, no more Mexican. It's got to say Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom, okay? Oh, and Esau and Amalek. If you want to be separate. They're not going to do that. Because then there's people waking up to the truth. Right?
This is the book of Job 20, verse 19. And it says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away the house which he buildeth not. You know, we're the only nation of people that oppress the poor out there. Esau Edom, isn't that written in the scriptures that his soul which is in him is not upright? You know? His soul is not upright within him, man. You know, he's not satisfied. You know, he's not a keeper at home. You know, Esau finds a way to hinder Jacob no matter what, man. So how you gonna try to be a people that's being oppressed and you oppressing the same people? You know, there's something ain't adding up, man.
That's right. And that's the whole mentality. We're victims. Vocab called them the underdog. How are they the underdog? They own the entertainment business. They own this street. Okay.
On the porn business,
On the porn,
the dialysis business,
Yeah.
okay, killing Jake.
they run WHO, okay, WHO,
Chemotherapy.
they run all that. Okay, you got a whole hospital right here. Okay, Jewish. So how are they the underdog? When they got neighborhoods gated off, and they don't even show up on the map. If you get a map, it ain't showing up on the map.
Yeah, that's what we used to teach. We used to teach ordinances. You know, like their whole area in the group owned by Amalek. You know, like they got all their stores. You think they don't own those damn stores down there? They own the stores too. They own the neighborhoods. The little Jewish mosque down there.
But the thing is about Amalek, he always try to hide who he really is. That's why they change their names. They change their last names, make you think that, oh, this is just a regular white guy.
Since you said that, I got a video on that. I'm gonna put that up. That's what they do. They try to hide, and they change. This was the most popular surgery over there. Nose surgery. Why? It's to hide because the Lord hit y'all, man, with that nose. Okay, that hook. That's why they do that. What, to try to fit in, and they change their names, like the brother said.
Like they was making fun of it all family guy. It was just two Jewish men sitting here.
You gotta be
One of them
You gotta talk to code.
Right.
You gotta talk to code if you gonna say, you know, they ain't gonna like the Amalek.
Yeah, it was two small hats right there. They said, I don't know, are you a small hat? He turned sideways, his nose is all the way out here. And the other ones are like, I think we are. And his nose is big as fuck.
Yeah, and that's another thing. They so protected and privileged, we can't even talk about it. And we ain't even gotta insult them for just speaking the truth. I lost my channel for just speaking the truth. And that's how that's what makes you dig deeper. Man, hold on, I ain't even saying nothing about you. I'm just explaining the truth of the matter. And they say we don't want that. So I'm like, okay, you motherfucker, I'm gonna dig deeper. How about
I got to put something.
Do not forget the shalom, man.
Oh yeah.
It's like wasn't it Amalek the ones first who started Hollywood, and And then didn't out of Hollywood came that movie, damn, I just forgot what it was. But it was that old movie in the early 1900s, basically about the Klan and Jake.
Oh, you talking about Birth of a Nation?
Yeah, Birth of a Nation. Right? Wasn't that the same people who made that movie?
And they behind it all. The Hollywood, they own Hollywood. There's even a video out there that's called Emulate in Hollywood. They own it. They own it. And that's why you can't pass. They know you ain't got the funding. So they the gatekeepers of that. If you say I want to make a movie, they're gonna want to read it.
Yeah.
How much truth are we talking here? But we gonna talk about the slave trade, and we also got some Amalekites playing the role. Nope, sorry, we can't do that. Make them white, because you know they try to separate themselves. They really do. Okay, and they're like, we can't pass that. So they run that. So you like, I want to make a movie about the truth. They're like, good luck having the money. And good luck getting our support to push it, because we can suppress that shit. You know? Because they run it. They can control what goes, what's being produced and all that. They run Hollywood.
And then if they do release a so-called black empowerment movie, it's got a bunch of mayonnaise in it.
Yeah.
Somebody got to be gay. You got to have a single mother in there. It's never really nothing that's truly empowering.
Like that last movie they made was Color Purple 2 or whatever. Clearly see this is feminist agenda, elevating the so-called black woman over black man. Guess who the director and the financer? Spielberg. Amalek, and Oprah. She's a damn devil. You know? You go to it's gonna always be them. It's like the reason when I put up with the fluoride and the manufacturing consent with the devil. We know we can deceive the people into thinking what's bad is good for them. So there was a devil named Edward Ranley, I forgot. But he even taught women that it was okay for them to smoke. Now that's a power. So he even convinced women that smoking was good for them. And I said, man, who the fuck is guess who? A damn emerald.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, starting at the first verse. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there were many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord, Yahweh. But here's the point. Yet he also is wise. He will bring evil, and he will not call back his words. Okay? So all you jakes who believe in this system, okay, you trying to hold on to it, okay? You got the men of the Lord out here trying to tell you what's real, okay? And you believe in this government, you trying to hold on to what Amalek has established, okay? You know he ain't gonna call back his words like the brother went into, okay? You try to make a movie, you say that we are the true Israelites, okay? We are the Lord's chosen people, okay? Amalek, he gonna get mad. He gonna like to shut down the brother channel, shut down everybody's channel, okay? He not gonna tell the truth. Neither do we expect him to, okay? Because that's his lie.
And you people know, like, I like that verse there that says, go to Egypt for help, and you think you're strong. That's why you think you can sit back and talk smack like Daniel. Who's just a fool. Because of his thing, he think he established. So now I can look down and talk about y'all. Because you joined unto the devil. And that's why all we gotta do is hit you with that prophecy. Look, the chip's coming. Guess what's gonna happen to everything you got? It ain't gonna mean shit.
It's temporary hand time.
I'm pretty sure Aki will probably remember this. Gamal Abdel Nasser,
Yep, that's the Egyptian.
Prime Minister or President or whatever. If I can read it,
Yep.
I can. So this is basically a photo. It says the Europeans claiming to be Jews are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, "You, the Jews, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white. We cannot accept it."
Right.
This is in 1952.
Right, and you try to dig, they're gonna say, oh, he never said that. Yes, the hell he did. It's in that magazine, but you probably can't find them. Go ahead with that there you go. There you go.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And I prayed unto the Lord my power and made my confession and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful Yahweh, keep the covenant and mercy to them that love him and to them that keep his commandments. We have sinned and have committed iniquity and have done wickedly and have rebelled even by departing from the precepts and from thy judgments. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants, the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near, that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them because of their trespass, and they have trespassed against thee. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our kings, to our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee.
That means confusion.
To the Lord of our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy laws, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us. Because we have sinned against him.
Right, so the curse is poured upon us. It's a sign. Because we broke the law. So what is this guy talking about? Well, you got to show me where it says you can use the curses. What the hell are you talking about? Just like what Daniel said, he's looking at our condition. He said, because we broke the commandments, and the curses are poured upon us. You can't escape them. That's just how Jake is. You know how Jake is. Right? And it says, what? And the oath that was written in Moses, what's he talking about? The curses. Because he said, I make a covenant. I have the earth and the heavens as a witness against you this day. If you break my laws, I will bring these things upon you. And the Lord poured them upon us. And like the brother read, he said, what? These are for signs and a wonder. And they will cleave unto thee and overtake thee, meaning you can't escape them. It doesn't matter if you flee to China. It doesn't matter if you flee to Europe. You know, I got a cousin trying to flee to Europe. Guess what? That's not going to change it. Because you're thinking, oh, I'll just go over there. The people are nicer. But you're still an Israelite.
Right.
You're still going to face the same issue.
Yeah, because all these nations are jealous. You know, because they know that they ain't got it. They know that we superior to them.
And they know our history, like because you are, they know the strife between us as nations, man.
That's right.
We the ones who had to be, shown the history and basically learn who our enemies are. They've been knowing this,
They kept Myers too. Right?
I got 3 for you. I'm going to start off with the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
See, another sign is lost our heritage, and we got to serve our enemies. Oh, that's another thing. The scriptures talk about the yoke of iron. And then guess what? You can just type in yoke of iron, don't even type Bible or nothing, and then it show Jake right there. So show me the time Mr. Bocab with a small hat will put under yokes of iron. Right? That didn't happen. What happened to the Israelites, though, is irrefutable.
Right.
All right? There's buildings and establishments with the history in it. They're named it. Like down here, we got the Dred Scott court case. Right? That happened in the 1800s. 1860-something, I believe.
They got the rings on the foot down here on the riverfront where they let off the slave. If you want to go down, you'll see those little shackles there in the place down there.
So there's a lot of history just that we've seen, and this is recent. You know what I mean? So you still got buildings and establishments based upon. Oh, guess what? Guess who built the White House? Slave, Jake. And guess who maintained it all the time? Jake. But they're not gonna tell you that though. They ain't gonna tell you the people who maintained the White House during the duration, even during George Washington, who had slaves himself, were Israelites. So that's serving our enemy. And to this day, there hasn't been an Israelite that's actually been in the White House ruling. Obama is a Hamite. He's not one of our people. So here it is. We built the place, we managed the place, but we've never. That's the curses. You shall build a house and not dwell therein.
His mother is a small head. That's one of the reasons why he got in there.
And he's a sodomy. And his wife is a man. Everybody knows. Yes.
The book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
That's another, in the land of our captivity. Who's in captivity? We're in captivity. And we're remembering ourselves. So that's why vocab can't deal with prophecy. None of these Christians, they ain't Israelites. They run from prophecy. Because prophecy is how the Lord operates. This is the sign and the wonder. So they just want to say, just like the devil, his basically want to say is, we don't know nothing for sure. Don't nobody know anything. You can't say what you're saying, and it is what it is. But the question is always this: if we're so wrong, how come you just won't apply Acts 38, which is, if this be a man, we shall come to naught. But instead, what he sees is that we're spreading. And it upsets him because, like I said, he's an agent for the society, okay, for the workers of darkness. And his job is to go around and try to confuse if possible the Israelites, but it's not going to work. That's why he's walking around and he's praying on Israelites that ain't really on the end to try to confuse them. But you got people in the comment board saying that they came into the truth because of vocab. He introduced them to the Israelites. So what does that mean? You can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. So you're really helping us. So you fight to lose the war. It's just like how the Egyptians, Pharaoh felt. Man, we got the upper hand on these people. We are physically killing them all that, and yet they multiply? What the hell? That's because the Heavenly Father had already ingrained in us a natural defense that just happens, all right? And the more you oppress us, the more we multiply. You leave us alone with profit. So looking at it from the enemy perspective, how do you beat a people like that? You can't. You can't. So what you can do, take away their knowledge, heritage, and oppress them as much as possible. Right? But now we got the truth.
And then convince them that they not that. Tell them that you that. Hey, that's a pure devil right there. You know? Like, and well, shit, okay, how about you worry about who the damn Petermites are? How about that?
Oh, he knows. And he knows if you came here, we're gonna defend the gospel, but we're gonna write into 1948. I'm staying on them people. And I'm gonna see if you are gonna do what you claim you are gonna do, or what you claim you are, which is an apologist, which the apologetic goes back to where defending the gospel, it really goes into defending the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Defending his existence. So we're going to really see if you're going to defend the Messiah against Judaism and against the Amalekites. I know you ain't going to do it, okay? So I'm telling you, we're going right to 1948 and say, where is that in the book of prophecy? I got some quotes from the Talmud. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about their customs, okay? Let's talk about the people in the land that the Lord, why is there still war in the land if the Israelites, the Lord said, when the Israelites go back to the land, that there will be peace. Where's that going on? So let's ask the question. You ain't going to do it, man. Okay?
If he was to use a prophet, he wouldn't understand what prophets are because we all want to recite out of a book. Because we're looking at an iPhone.
Mark 4:13. And it says to them, know ye not this parable? How then will ye know all parables? So and so of the word. These are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in our hearts. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. Have no root in themselves, and so endure for a short time. Afterward, when affliction and persecution arrive, for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Right? Sometimes. You got a few different scenarios. You got, in which we've seen it, firsthand, like at the camp, we teaching somebody and then Satan come up and, say some stuff, and then that person walk down the street with the other person. Or they just say some stuff, laugh or whatever. Yeah, I gotta go. All right, and that's what vocab is doing. Like vocab is trying to, take the seed. It's like you plant a vineyard, and then you got a nigga that come to your house at 12 o'clock at night, and then dig up all the seeds. And he's like oh shit. Yeah, because he's being mischievous. All right, that's just what Satan does. Vocab is an Amalekite. That's what he is. He is the chief house of Esau, a damn devil.
Right, and then that's going back to what you said about him saying that he's agnostic to prophecy. Right? Well, there's just proof that you a liar, right? That's proof that no one should listen to you. Because
you don't even believe in the Bible.
Exactly. The spirit of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. So if you can't explain prophecy, then why should anybody even listen to you?
And I thought you was a Christian, okay? Like what are you trying to do? Like he basically just said he don't even believe in the Bible.
Right.
Because the Bible is prophecy. Yeah, you don't believe in it because you're a damn devil.
And a lot of them don't believe.
Yeah, believe in a higher power.
Most High at all. Most of those Zionists don't believe in Most High at all. That's why one of them guys quoted, I forgot to call. He said, most Zionists don't believe in God, but they do believe He gave them freedom. Because you can't be a Christian Zionist, which the vocab is. You can't be that because that's an oxymoron. Because they boldly say deny the Messiah. Boldly. So how can you say that you support a people when the scripture says that he that bring not this doctrine, the Father and the Son, is an anti-Messiah, and those who wish him well, right, is a partaker of his evil deeds. So you're going to have to answer all these questions. And we still going to defend the gospel. Okay?
Back in Daniel 9, chapter 9, verse 9, to the Lord our power belong mercies and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of our Lord, neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our power to walk in his ways, which he set before us by his servants the prophets. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven has not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
That's another sign. He brought upon us a great evil, and under the whole heaven, you can't find another nation on the planet that went through the hell that we went through to this day. You can't find the people who actually fit these curses just because you see a poor Edomite trying to say, oh, the other poor Edomite. No, we're talking as a collective. We're talking about as a people. Okay? 9 times out of 10, that devil came from a rich background because white trash ended up on the street. Our people, for the most part, never had those opportunities or whatnot. And there's a system in place to ensure that it doesn't happen. It's called systematic racism. It's a system, which is where the word system means pit. And anybody who's, you can say, in the know will actually tell you it's not the people, it's the system, right? Right, because the system wants to seek to keep the system running. And for that system to keep running, these lies have to be established. They have to maintain themselves, right? That's why you only learn in history what they want you to know. If you learn about Abraham Lincoln, you only gonna know a few things. He freed the slaves, and he was a good man. telling you the slavery to release or whatever only for these states. What states were those? They were the so-called Confederate states. What was the problem with them? Well, the Confederate states, Abraham Lincoln wanted to tax them more. I forgot what the tax was called. But basically, they was going to get taxed more, right? They rebelled and said, no, we're going to do our own thing. And we'll split up if we need to, right? That's what you heard us talk about, them splitting up. So Lincoln said, okay, well, to punish you, I'm going to take y'all slaves from you, and they can come and join my order. But guess what? Another quote that you're going to find in books where he actually said, I will never be in favor of so-called blacks and whites coming together. And one is going to have to be dominant than the other, and I'm always going to be in favor of the so-called whites. And he said other things as well. So how can you say he's a good man and free? No. What he did was, to punish the Confederate states, he said, I'm going to take your slaves from you, and they can join my army. He was still okay with the northern states having slaves. So he didn't free shit. You understand? Because in the midst of that, what happened was, and first of all, the word emancipate means to transfer. It was the transferring of the slave. It doesn't mean free. One of the meanings is transfer. That's all it was. Exactly. Exactly. But still up here, it was still allowed. So all that was, it was a money move. It was an economy move to punish them. And in the midst of that back and forth, that's when the freedom came out. In fact, there's information on that. He originally wrote the, what is it, the 14th amendment? Which one is the amendment? I think it's the 14th amendment. 13. When he originally wrote it, it is 14. When he originally wrote it, it had nothing to do with freeing slaves. Only after the wars and whatnot, and to polish up their image, then they changed the flag. But he didn't write shit.
Got a quick article. The title is Abraham Lincoln said war was over taxes, not slavery. And it says Abraham Lincoln repeatedly stated his war was caused by taxes only and not by slavery at all. My policy sought only to collect the revenue, a 40% federal sales tax on imports to southern states under the Moral Tariff Act of 1861.
Moral Tariff, it's a tariff act, that's what it's called. But you're not going to read that in schools, because in schools the system needs to believe that the previous rulers, you could say, were nice people and they always wanted the best, and that's why they can make these movies about it. No, he was a damn devil. Why don't you just tell the truth? So you see, you're not going to learn that. You know who I had to learn that from? The apostles. That's when my eyes were open. I said, oh, so you really ain't going to learn the truth in these public schools, because that's a system within itself. You know? Definitely within Jeremiah, I remember.
Just to land back off of what the true brother was saying, okay, about slavery, okay, is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, starting at the 7th verse. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name, okay? And who calling upon the name? The true prophets and the true servants of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah. Because that's the name. That's the true name, okay? And praise thee in our captivity, okay? We still in captivity. And that's a sign right there. We call on the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, and we still in captivity. You got a birth certificate, you got a social security card, you still in captivity, okay? For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment, like as the brother went into, okay? These scriptures line up, okay, with what's going on. We're subject to payments, okay, according to the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God, Yahweh, okay?
Subject to payments, you know? Another sign. So the curses are on us so much because, believe me, our people try to escape us, believe me, okay? It's almost like a natural jerk reaction to try to escape, but you can't escape. You know what I'm saying? Jake tried. Like I said, Jake sell his soul. They basically become like a P. Diddy or something. And think like, I'm good now. I'm good. I escaped those curses. No. What does the black woman do? She gives herself to the bread. Okay, and think if I can get one of them, if I can get anybody else, I can actually live a normal life and not be, under these curses. Always fail. Still treated less than
They're
nothing.
not gonna tell you that because it's embarrassing to them.
Exactly.
They went outside of their nation to seek approval and love, and it's the worst feeling. See?
Because that's what we did. We said if we run to the other nations, right, who are our lovers, and if we give them our mind, body, and soul, that they will receive us. And to this day, they still haven't received us. Still. Right? And the Lord did that as an example to say, you're going to sit there and you're going to realize that there is no nation under the planet that cares about you. I'm the only one that cares about you. And I'm going to let it be known. Give me that, Ezekiel 39:20. The Lord's going to let it be known because he wants his credit. The only reason you other nations were allowed to take us down is because we moved him to wrath. Because the Lord hears all the things you say. He knows behind the scenes you guys think you're superior. And you're just far more intelligent. That's why you put in your little books with that devil's name, trying to say that we are basically a sub, we are like animals, we're less than animals. Garvey, whoever it was, to try to say, the reason black people shouldn't do this is because they just mentally, they don't have knowledge, they're just capable of this, capable of that. Because they wanted to be like, we're just better people, we're just more civilized, and the reason we overtook y'all is because we're special. No, it's because you're the devil. Okay, you couldn't have took down Native American and Syrian Indians if the Lord was with them. They'd have jacked your ass up. In fact, the moment you arrived to the boat, they would have been like, the Lord already told us to slay your ass right here and now. You know what I'm saying? But because the Lord wasn't with them, they got deceived. Which ties up to the prophecy. Revelation 20. Another reason he can't deal with prophecy is because you have to explain, is World War I in the Bible? What about 2? What about 3? Any of this in the Bible? Because it is. You just don't understand it. What do you do?
Yeah, like this man, he gonna say something?
No, you gotta go.
Yeah, this man literally, his whole agenda is all we not the Israelites.
That's all it's about.
It's not about the Bible.
It's not about
It's not about truth. It's not about your house shine. It's not about none of that. Like, I don't even think, like, do he even quote scriptures on his live stream?
Hardly. He's more into, because he went to theologian school. And that's another reason why he's feeling so. Hey, that's another beauty thing. In fact, I kind of want to read First Timothy chapter 1. It's who the hell do these people think they are? Right? I done went to college. I have a degree. Okay. Who do they think? That's really why he insulted. How did these so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans come upon all this knowledge? And I went to school to study the Bible, and they just got it. Not only that, they're claiming they understand it, and they know more than us, and they're trying to teach us. Yeah, because you Edomites didn't bank on the Holy Spirit. You didn't bank on divine intervention. Right. You banked on, you could say, not natural selection, but you banked on you controlling. Okay, if we control the media. Okay, if we control the public school. Okay, if we control who says this, who says that, they would never come into the truth. Because we got the truth buried. Here comes the Holy Spirit, like a mustard seed spread, okay, to a big tree, and you terrified them.
What you just said, how the truth is like a mustard seed and it's sprung into a big tree. This is 2nd Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth which has been so long without fruit shall be declared. So vocab, man, hey, everything you try to do, try to tear down which is already building, man, you are literally continue to punch yourself in the face, man. Because hey, you gonna try to go to the brothers that are like weaker links, okay? That's not well studied. But if you would have came up two brothers that's well learned, we would have literally tore your ass down with the scriptures, man. You would have walked out of here like a lame dog, man. Him limping and shit, man. Spiritually.
Because when he said, show me in this where you stay with the curses, all you had to do was stay in 28 and read that verse 45. It says it's going to be a sign and a wonder. And there's many more you can prove that it's a clear example. This is how we know we the Israelites.
I don't know if this is read earlier. Jeremiah 2 is 33. Matter of fact, I'll just know that 31. Jeremiah 2 and 31, and it reads, O generation, ye see the word of the Lord. I have been a wilderness unto, like, have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say, my people, we are lords. We will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways? Alright, so a lot of our people, they trim their ways to seek love. Okay? Because you got a lot of our people saying, yeah, we know God, we know this, we know that, blah, 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 we know every damn thing, right? But when you ask them what's the name of the Lord, they can't even tell you. So how can you know somebody you don't even know their damn name? You know, that's the first thing. They be like, oh yeah, old boy over there. Like, hey, if old boy was to hear you talking about him like that, especially if you have built up some rapport, hey, he'll get offended. Like, nigga, you don't know my name? Like, bro, we've been cool for this how many long? You don't even know my damn name. How much more so the Lord? Okay? And you steady trimming your ways to seek love and like to fit in. You was never made to fit in, Israel. You was always made to stand out. You're supposed to be over the other nations. Okay, they supposed to be under your rules, not the other way around.
Right. And then the question will be, well, how come that is the case? Well, the curse said that they will be the head and you will be the tail. It also said that you will go to them for want of everything. You know, that's the answer to the curse. Mr. Anti-Daniel, I get everything from them anyway. Yeah, because the curse, which just further proves and it further adds to the point why we come out here and teach anyway. Because we say, yeah, we're under the curse because we have to go to them for everything. That's why we call this man the damn devil, because we don't know if the chicken we eating is real chicken. We don't know. We got to check the packages. We got to check the labels and all that because these are crafty devils. And trust me, if we had our own markets and stuff, or it's farm grown, all that from the way we run it, yeah, we would buy that, but we ain't gonna have that because we under the curse. But the other nations can be run and operated with no repercussions. I mean, they still got to deal with the government and stuff. But very rarely you see Jake farmers that own lots of land, that we teach one another, that we have our own land. It's not gonna happen because really the Lord don't want us to have it on this side. Because you know what'll happen? We'll get too comfortable. We would look for the Lord. What we gonna do right now? You know, we got children. Let's try to build up our children. Establish our own good accounting for our children. You ain't gonna look and get the hell out of here. You gonna be comfortable here, like the apostle said. Like if our women were actually somewhat decent and they didn't give us such of a problem, hey, Jake wouldn't go nowhere. You know, because in this hell, if we could at least go home to a cooperating, right, you know, like 24/7. Jake could be good. Jake could be like, yeah, because you know our people, we tough. So we born in a hard time, so we know, yeah, shit's hard, but hey, at least my woman respected me. I ain't got no problem. They your worst enemy. Because if you had it all the way good, you ain't gonna want to get out of here, man. Yeah, you know what I'm
saying? Like the brother saying, if we had it easy, where we had everything at our fingertips, they wouldn't want to get out of here. They love it. They would try to keep the Savior from coming.
Look at the guys in person.
Yeah.
Right. Off the evil day. Yeah, I mean, we so used to the curses. If you go a day or two and everything just smooth, you just know something. Yeah, you don't get something wrong. You like, hold on.
I got $90 left. Something gonna happen. I know. I just can't keep it. I know something gonna happen.
I done had
curse.
Yeah. I had 2 consistent days of peace. Oh, Something's about to come. And hey, that's why if you do get a blessing, all right, here, let's say your job $32,000. Oh, okay, well, let me make sure I put at least half that away because I already know some bullshit around them. These other nations, they don't understand that logic. They never understood that. I used to try to talk to them back when we were younger. You try to talk like that, you try to talk like Jake talk. Well, you already know what do you mean? So, like when we say, Lord willing, next year we may go here, Lord willing, I would like to see that, like, what would stop me? What can happen? Because they'll boldly talk about, next year we're going here, and then 3 years from now we have to go in here, we already got a reserve and all that. And then you'll be like, it all depends. Things go, they'll be like, what's the worst that can happen? Because their whole life is just used to, we gonna go do this, and we gonna go do that. They ain't under the curse where Jake is, Lord willing, if possible, we'll have a reunion next year. Should come up.
Always come up. Right.
So we know that. So we look. That's the curses. See, that's the curses talk. It's so much a part of us. Like I said, it's a part of us. Let you go a whole 2 days. I'm telling you, go 2 days. When everything cool. I'm like, man, look, hold on, man. Something's about to happen. Man. You just kind of know. And just because that's how used we are to the curses. We don't just live to be cool. That's what you Edomites don't get. Vocab you don't understand because you're not an Israelite, man. You had it good your whole life. You've been doing whatever your heart desires. All you Edomites, you've been doing everything your heart desires your whole life. You can't understand our walking of the difference.
Last time I checked, an Edomite could walk out his house, look outside, take a deep fresh air, and be like, today's going to be a good day. Jake wake up and he already pissed off already. Walk out the house. Damn! Word. So you don't got to worry about that shit, man. You wake up already, you got plans. Yeah, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna travel here.
Yeah, hey, and on top of that, Jake got to deal with you heathens and stuff on the job, discriminating. See, like, you damn devil, if you wake up and think of different ways on how you gonna trap Jake. And all Jake is trying to do is make a living.
Hey, just like them Jake, the Edomites, they can go in the worst neighborhoods, Jake, and film that stuff. They can do all that and come out unscathed. Let a Jake try to go down, all right, I'm in the worst hood in Memphis, we're going to explore. Man, them niggas ain't going to want to talk to you, they ain't going to want to break it down to you, they going to be like, nigga, where you from? Motherfucker, I'll shoot you. But let the Edomite come down, oh yes, this is how we do. If you wearing this hat and all this other, they'll break it down. Right. But let Jake come down there with a microphone. We want to try to understand what's going on. They're going to shoot your ass, okay? They can come out and do all that unscathed, right? But let a Jake try. You going to get shot at. They going to just say, fuck this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, they even shut it out UIC. They was out there trying to football preach. That's the reason why we told you IUIC cats to don't go in the hood. You're supposed to go in the chief place in Concord. That is the law by Yahweh Bashar. What's the private the chief place in Concord?
Still got that Jeremiah, brother?
Not to mention, they show you that in the boondocks, the curses, man. Nigga moments, man. Here it is, Jake bumping to each other, man. They get to shooting at each other. But the moment Edomite run into a Jake can say something, Edomite look at him, I'm white. And he just turned around and walking about his day. And then what happened when they put their difference to the side, like, man, we don't need to be doing this. We got shot.
Like they was all like, freeze. They froze. Shot him anyway.
So it's like, either way, man, like, Jake got shit to deal with, man.
Yeah, they did that in South Park too. It was in the little classroom, and I think Kenny and one of them people started, 2 kids were fighting. I think Kenny and Carmen or Kyle, something like that. They was fighting. Everybody's like, oh yeah, they're fighting. So the cops jump in. God damn it, stop it. And they're just shooting, but they only shooting that token, Jake. And then they finally shot him in the arm, and they're like, God. You know what I'm saying? That just showing you like, yeah. But you see, that leads to my point, because another sign that the scripture says is that the other nations would observe us and ask the same question. Right? That's another sign. You got that? I think I said
20:27.
Yep.
Now, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 22 and verse 7. And I will prepare destroyers against thee, every one with his weapons, and they shall cut down thy choice cedars and cast them into the fire. And many nations shall pass by this city, and they shall say, every man to his neighbor, wherefore hath the Lord done thus unto this great city? Then they shall answer, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord, their power, and worshipped other gods and served them.
Right? So even the other nations, when they see the destruction or the condition of our people, they would even say, why did the Lord do this to them? And they say, what? Because we broke his law, statutes, and commandments. So the same questions that the other nations ask, that's a sign of the wonder as well. Like you said, how come y'all don't move and operate and function like we? How come y'all don't have a land to call y'all? You know what I'm saying? You guys been over there for how long and you still don't own anything? I can come over there right now and set up a business and prosper. That's all for us. That's what Ishmael will say. That's what Moab will say. And they got generational wealth for selling wigs to our people. And they bring their aunts and uncles on over. Hey, we got a very lucrative business over here. Black women just want these their wigs. Ishmael in the two, Elam in the two, Elam shaving their hair. You know,
you also got they set up a whole network. They bring their families over, right? And they have a network. So they okay, who else is coming? And they will let them know. That's why they got the Dunkin' Donuts, they got the 7-Eleven, they got the the travel agency, they got cleaners, and each family that they have, family members, they bring their family over and they set them up in business as soon as they get here. You know, they own like 10, each group of them own like 10 to 15 businesses.
Gas stations, apartment complexes,
even like Subways, man.
Right.
Like
Subways.
you go in Subway, it's all fucking Elamites in there.
yeah, they own that.
I got a precept. Talk about what y'all brothers got. And this also goes into showing who's who, okay? That they are, this is their portion, okay? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 17, starting at the 8th verse. It says, keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me. From the deadly enemies who compass me about. And that's what the brothers are going to. You know, the Edomites and all the other nations, they got everything. Okay? Wealth, houses, cars, and everything. Land. Okay? Okay? They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Okay? They look down on everybody. Okay? They're proud. Okay? Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as if it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Okay? Because secrecy is one of their chief weapons to to hide themselves. Okay? Arise, O Lord Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, okay? From men that are thine hand, O Lord Yahweh, from the men of the world which have their portion in this life, okay? So that's another side. You doing good, okay? All you other nations, you doing good, you got money, cars, clothes, okay? I ain't gonna say the other word, but you doing good, okay? And whose belly thou fillest with thy hidden treasure. They are full of children, as the brother was going to. They pass their businesses down, okay? They got a lot of children. The family get together, okay? And leave the rest of their substance to their babes, okay?
That's right. That's that generational wealth. Like the brother mentioned, they get set up over here, okay? Like I said, apartment complex, gas stations. That's owned by Ishmael and Elam. You know what I'm saying? Why don't Jake own the gas station?
Right. Yeah, like when you look at the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American household, but especially Southern Kingdom, hey, shit, they all divided, man. You know, like majority of the time, you got some nigga woman that's leading the house, okay. And the house is completely out of order. The daughter a damn hoe, she's probably pregnant. And the son is a little grimy nigga with dreadlocks. Alright? With skinny jeans and some Balenciagas that he couldn't afford, but some way, somehow he got them. You know? With a damn Glock 19 on his waist. And can't shoot. Alright. And these are the youth like these supposed to be the men of the next generation, and the men and the women. Like all these little hoes, man, they just twerking and they got different color hair. They brag about, yeah, I know how to curl a blunt. Bitch, you don't even know how to cook. You know?
I'm gonna get with y'all, man. This guy is gonna just try to get back to it. It's gonna be alright.
Yeah.
I just want to let y'all know our knowledge and understand what you're doing. There's a lot of research.
Yeah, right.
Niggas are crazy.
I remember a couple years ago, my cousin and his dad, they used to live out there in Maryland Heights, by like where Wild Technology is and everything like that. There's a lot of Elamites that live over there. And below them was a family of Elamites, there's like 6 of them living there, man. The whole household made like $350,000. The entire household. So that goes to show you, like, you know, these other nations can come over here and get together and they can prosper. You know, they come over here with lines of credit. You know what I'm saying? They come over with lines of credit to go start businesses, lease out buildings, buy property and different things like that, right?
Yeah, that's sluggy. Go ahead, brother. I hear that.
Well, I was just gonna say, and like, you know, we've been over here for, you know, centuries, you know, blood, sweat, and tears to build this country, but yet we don't even have any kind of access to those types of resources that they
Right, and especially if you got a house full of 5 people, and if everybody working, like everybody should be financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing to, you know, like you got a man in the household. Okay, you put your money in this, then you put your money in, you put your monty in, like that shit easy.
Well, that's what I was thinking, like, because I used to work out off of a page, and nothing but Elamites up there own all of that stuff off of there, like 170 page going west. They own all that stuff on both sides of the page. I used to work out there, and I talked to one of them that was in the dry cleaners and asked him. I said, you know, it's a lot of you folks that made it to this country. And he told me, he said, well, we have a network set up for all our family members when they ready to come over here, that when they come over here, we already have the money to get them over here and put them in place in the business. The business, they already got them. They just bringing them over here and let them have them.
It's already set up.
It's already set up for them. They don't have to do anything.
Exactly. Then they move on to something better.
Right. So they just keep building it up. Like I said, this particular guy, he told me he had the travel agency, cleaners, Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven. Okay, they had like 15 businesses. Just him, his family, that he brought all his family over from India. See?
And can our people do that? No. What do we have here? I don't even know if it's still going. The sweetie pies.
They tore that down.
They tore that down. But that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing because you hear about what happened, right? The cousin or something like that.
It was the son. You set the nephew up to get killed so they can get insurance money.
Get the insurance money. Man, they shut that shit down.
Man, that's Jake for you.
They go on TV for a look, shut that shit down, you know? Self-destruction.
Not to mention, you know, the trucking field, man. There's a lot of heathen nations that's getting to it, you know. It's hard for Jake to get into certain areas of the trucking field, you know.
Matter of fact, it's like I was going to say, matter of fact, now that you say that, like where I work at, they got outside contractors, like if they got freight that has to go like to California or Oregon or something like that, they got outside contractors that come in. And all you see is Elamites coming in with these brand new ass trucks, picking up the freight, going out to California or Oregon or something like that.
Yeah, like the only thing Jake worried about is materialistic bullshit, man. Some goddamn Jordans, some quote unquote designer shoes or designer belts or whatever. They just turned Jake into the ultimate consumer, starting off with the so-called black woman. You know, because that's all the so-called black woman does. Like, I was talking to my brother the other day. I'm like, hey man, you've been paying for this house. Y'all moved here in what, like the 80s? So it's been like, what, 40 years? And y'all still paying on this motherfucker? Oh man, it was something with this and then. I'm like, yeah, okay, man, bullshit. You know? Yeah, I just don't know how to manage that money. They probably took out a loan and, you know, like Esau You start hitting them with interest rates and stuff. Right.
Hey, and there's another thing you can look at. Just look at the family. Then they say, well, you got to work on black businesses, and then what? The black, so-called black families, right? Latino, Native American families. Just look at our families, man. Like how you can say they can live in a unit of 5 and be cool. Man, it's hell if you can't get, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get Jake the house. Oh yeah, I got my cousin in my house every 4 minutes. She trying to get her act together, or he trying to get her act. It's gonna be chaos,
Right.
You know,
Two sisters can barely live together.
yeah, 2 sisters can't even. Yeah. So look at our
Speak of
families.
the devil right there.
Look at our families and our divorce rates and the dysfunction. Just look at that alone, okay? That right there is proof that our we system curses. I never heard about a divorce rate going on in the land of Amalek.
Right. You get Jake the simplest task. Hey, you can stay here, but I'm gonna need $100 a month. And when it comes up to pay, where the money at, Jake? Oh well, man, he got every fucking excuse in the book, man.
Yeah. Your paycheck is $1,000 every 2 weeks.
But if he had to move in a spot with Edomite on, he gonna have that money. You hear me?
Right. Yeah, but he ain't gonna have your money.
Right.
Like he gonna be like, oh, and then he gonna come up with, oh man, we family, man. Or some shit like that.
Here it
Yeah,
is.
we family, but shit, we need money, though.
Here it is. He giving you excuses for $100. And then when he come home, he stood outside at 3 in the morning for them to get them new Jordans in the cold and brought that shit back home with him on. You looking like, oh nigga, didn't that shit just come out the last weekend? Oh, so you stood out there for 5 hours just to get them shits and paid $300 for them, but you can't give me my 100?
Right.
Or Jake would do this. Jake would like, bro, I don't got it right now. But go around the corner and go buy some fucking weed. Hey, Jake is backwards as hell, man.
Oh, that's what they tell you. That's why they ain't got it, man. I spent it on weed, bro.
More really focus on Judah. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, it's right here in the scriptures who everybody needs. This is Genesis chapter 49. And now this is when Jacob was blessing his son, or telling his sons what was going to happen in the last days. You know, and I'll just get right to Judah. And it reads, this is Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet unto Shiloh come. The whole world, every nation of people imitate Judah, man, and the rest of the tribes kind of follow the lead of Judah, man. He's the head tribe. So everything is explained and written out what it is, man. People just don't want to believe it.
And it's because it's the truth. Like I said, this whole system would crumble if they taught the truth. Because it's based upon lies. It only has to consider, it has to maintain itself based off lies. So if you bring out the truth, then you risk throwing everything under the water. Then everything has to be questioned. And they're like, man, hell no, we've been working so hard to establish these lies, and that's why it's coming to an end. Like I was going to do a lesson on the debt, right? Somebody made a good point. They want to judge you based off your credit score, but Americans with trillions of debt. That don't make no sense. So, so what's going to happen is, what they believe was going to work is we establish a system where everybody's poor and only the rich. It's going to fail and it's going to crumble. And that's exactly how Rome failed. Rome had only rich and poor. And then eventually the poor said, enough's enough, and then the damn motherfucker failed. Okay? society is falling just like Rome, as prophesied. That's how we know we got the truth. Because vocab, he basically said, if we define what prophecy is, he's going off another scholar, and another scholar just saying that, oh, prophecy could just mean it's something that came to his mind. So it don't necessarily have to be true, but we should listen to it. So that means Paul was just making stuff up. John didn't really write down what he saw. He didn't understand what he saw. No, what you're just trying to say is you don't understand. We understand. That's why we'll break it down. So we can go to Revelation. We can tell you what that great horn is. We can tell you what the beast is, the little horn. We can tell you the mark of the beast, what is the beast, the image. We can break that down.
Right.
Okay, you can't. You got that first picture? You got one of them,
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 25. It reads, because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men.
That's right. So let's take this world, right? The world likes to say, oh, you guys aren't educated. You aren't degrees. You aren't talking in a TED talk or at a college, right? You didn't do things the so-called proper way. You don't have no knowledge. You don't have no information, right? What do you say? It says, what did that say?
Go back to the top of 1 Corinthians 1:25. It reads, because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men,
Right.
and the weakness of Yahweh is stronger than men.
Right. Because what you're going to find out if you keep reading, the Lord likes to use those which are deemed insignificant or weak to confound so-called wise, so that no man makes boast in his presence. So looking at us, right, we're looked at as the least desire, the undesirables, let's put it that way, right? The poor. How the hell could so-called Black Latino Native Americans out of nowhere come up with this knowledge of the Bible, and we so-called got biblical scholars that's been studying this book for years, and they come up out of nowhere breaking down these scriptures, precept upon precept. How is that possible? Right? And that's because this is the power of the Lord.
That's right.
And that's the beauty of it. So you got people like Vocab who look at us, and he's offended. Because he's like, well, wait a minute. I didn't spend, I think the tuition's like $30K or something like that. And you're going to tell me that you people are the special people and you understand the Bible more than me? Oh, I don't think so. And you're getting confounded by us. So you keep going on that.
Verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, are there not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But Yahweh hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. Yahweh hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
So, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, tell you in the book. Yeah, tell you in the book of Acts. Okay, that they call our people nice, but we're really the Israelites. Our homeland really is Jerusalem. Our homeland really is Jerusalem. Read that last part.
Verse 27. Why Yahweh hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. Yahweh hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world, and things which are despised hath Yahweh chosen, yea, the things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence.
Right. That no flesh should glory in his presence. So the Lord is using the Israelites. He's using this method because early up in that verse to tell you by the foolishness of preaching. Because when you look at it, yeah, we look like fools, right? But when the prophecy come to pass, as the scripture says, that's when it's like, remember those guys on the corner that we thought was ignorant and dumb? They said that this was gonna happen, and that's all we gotta say, really. You know, like anti-James, all I can tell, prophecy. All right. Prophecy, because you're just a fool. Anybody who want to boast in their riches like that, then at the same time say that God is with me. You're just a fool. You don't know, and if we say fool, okay, because even in Luke 12, thou fool, this day our soul requires our soul, because you come in that same spirit. I got my barn set up. I got many years. I'm gonna tell my soul was come to enjoy. And the Lord said, thou fool. You didn't labor and toil all for all this. Now it's time for you to go. Now what you got for me, right? And it says what? You are not rich toward the Most High. So you can talk about your money and your riches and your portion and all that. Pretty soon it's gonna be parked, but you can't put gas in.
You don't have the line to it.
And pretty soon it's gonna get repoed and you ain't gonna pay for it because you can't drive. Because of gas and because the dollar don't mean nothing. So then what you gonna have?
Take that chip.
Pretty soon everybody's gonna be technically poor. When they put everything behind the digital wall and say you can't get access to or else this, aka take that chip, that's how they gonna get you. Because now what do you have? And that's a question I think some people are ask. Take away the money, the fame, all that, what do you have? And a lot of you know deep down you don't have shit. This is who you are. You can tell somebody like him been waiting his whole life to get to that point just to look down on his own.
Yeah.
That's it. That's why we just say, look, we already see through you. You're just a fool. You know?
If I may add, and when you do that, right? Like I said, the MOTB coming, okay? They're gonna take all your money, and then you're gonna have what you call a UBI, Universal Basic Income. You're gonna have the same amount of money as everybody else. They're gonna tell you where to spend it, what you can spend it on, and when you can spend it. So all that boasting and bragging you doing, Mr. Daniels, that's temporary. Ain't nobody hating. We just telling you what it is.
You're gonna be on the same level as everybody else. And then, not to mention, they're gonna introduce the social credit score thing. That's what's going on over there in China, man. If you cross the law, if you go jaywalking across the street, they gonna take money out your account, man. You're gonna be paying the fines already. You blow for a stop sign, blow for a traffic light. They taking the money out your account. You go to the store, you try to spend it, decline. You don't got no more money. You probably broke so many down with laws in one day, you don't got no more money, man.
Well, you bought enough portion of meat this month. You gotta wait till next month.
Ooh,
so you can pay for everything else. You gotta put that meat back on the shelf. See, you guys aren't prepared for those. We know what's coming, and when it's all collapsed, we gonna be rich in spirit because that's what we gonna have.
And what is gonna happen is what?
Faith.
Probably like next year.
Lord willing.
Because it's already election year, and Nero, aka Trump, about to get back in office. But when Joe Biden got back in office, the elites are very smart. They damn devils. They so like what they did was they put him in office so they can have an excuse to bring back Trump. Just like so they can justify Trump being back in office. They'll be like, yeah, see, when Joe Biden was in office, gas prices was up. This was up. He claimed that he was going to take away student loan debt, and he didn't do shit. All right? They were like, oh, well, put Trump back in there. Hey, he's the one that's going to turn this around. You even got our people just trying to vote for Trump. You got what, niggas for Trump? Which of course Trump gonna get back in office, duh. We thought he was gonna stay in office, but they had another plan. They was gonna put Biden in there for 4 years, let him quote unquote run the country down into the ground and make a mockery, and then put Trump in, which Trump gonna lead us to World War III, which it already is World War III, because you got those Russian ships. I forgot where they was at. Cuba, right. Hey, what? Hey, look, the Cuban Missile Crisis, man. That was what, in the 80s? 60s, like, in the 60s. Alright? And so what they doing over there now, man? Yep. So yeah, we are already here. It's just only a matter of time.
Go ahead and read that. And we'll end it off with Daniel 12.
This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament nor bemoan them. For I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, leaving loving kindness and mercy. Both the great and the small shall die in this land. They shall not be buried, neither shall men lament for them, nor cut themselves, nor make themselves bald for them. Neither shall men turn themselves for them in mourning to comfort them for the dead. Neither shall men give them the cup of consolation to drink for their father or for their mother. Thou shalt not also go into the house of feasting to sit with them to eat and to drink. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will cause to cease out of this place in your eyes and in your days the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us? Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our power? Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me, and have not kept my law.
That's right. So again, what's the reason for all this? We broke the commandments, going back to Deuteronomy chapter. Hey, you know what I want? No, I don't want that day. I want 39 and 20.
And this is verse 11. Matter of fact, 12, Salakia. And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk everyone after the imagination of his evil heart, that they may not hearken unto me.
That's right. And that's another prime example, because our people been following the ways of the custom, trying to go along to get along, yet they still oppressed. So you can just ask the question, how come I'm doing what they're doing, but I'm getting punished? I'm just doing what they doing, right? And the reason is because the Lord told you not to do it. They the heathen. So that's another sign. They supposed to do what they do. We supposed to do what we do. So just following after them, because that's what they, oh, well, if you guys just work hard and doing all this, why can't you be like me? Because you're not an Israelite and you're not under the curses. We can't do what you do. That's how we get cursed. You know? But that's okay, because, like to say, the Lord wants his credit. He's going to let you Edomites know, and all you other nations know, by no means are you a better, smarter, stronger, more sophisticated, loving kindness people than the Israelites. And the only reason you manage to rule is because you're just better. Now you're going to find out the only reason is because we moved our Lord to wrath, and he put us in this condition. I got that from you.
39 and
20.
20. And the reason it says, thus ye shall be filled at my table. Thus ye shall be filled at my table with horses, chariots, and with mighty men, and with all men of war, saith the Lord Yahweh. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them. So the house of Israel shall know that I am Yahweh their power. From the day and forward, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, gave them unto the hand of their enemies, so fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness, according to their transgressions, have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. And that they have borne their shame and their trespasses, whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' lands, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations. Then shall they know that I am Yahweh their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right. The only reason we went into captivity is because we broke the commandment with our power. Because you heathen are boasting and talking shit behind closed doors, the Lord's going to make it very plain to you. I did this to my people. And just like I scattered them, I'm going to bring them all back by my hand and my power. And when I sanctify them, then you people going to know that I'm their power. And I put them in that condition because they broke my law. You understand? So the Lord wants his credit. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The Lord said, when we return to our land, it's going to come from all four corners. Right? Not by some declaration. Right? We're going to be in all four corners. I mean, come from all four corners, we're going to have peace in the land. There won't be any more war on earth. I tell you, we're going to take all them instruments and we're going to turn them into tools, field tools. Okay? And they're going to be used, and we're going to get creative, come up with new devices to get in that field and make, so you're going to get put to work. No more war, you're going to get put to work. That's still happening. We still warring today, so that shows you that's not prophecy fulfilled.
That's right.
Okay? So, many scriptures you can prove that the Israelites, who we are by the book, by the curses, as it says, it's a sign, it's a wonder, right? And even the heathen would ask questions, and the answer all goes back to the same thing. Move the Lord to wrath, because we're his people, we made a covenant with him. Right? I got anything else to say? That we're going to give our praise to you.
Power by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Chakadash.
Bible boy, shalom.
Shalom.